entire wave to play through. I mean, first up, we got Rolo versus Leroy.
All right, so quite an interesting matchup here. Both Dutchies could really go either way. I think these two have played quite a couple of sets before. So
the thing is, like, Leroy just spawns randomly. There's like a legendary raid sometimes, and he just spawns in sometimes as a hidden boss. But he's good. He just doesn't play that much.
Yeah.
Rolo is a guy who does play, goes to a lot of tournaments, has been getting better and better in terms of his results on his small skill. They have played exactly once
LGS main quest,
which is already like 2 years ago or something.
I think like a year and a half or something.
Something like that. It's been a while. So let's see how these players have improved. It's going to be probably the Bowser, but Leroy is always like a grab bag of what he's going to play. That's always a an estimation. Corrin.
Oh, Corrin versus Bowser. So an explosive matchup to go. No time to close your eyes here as we see them load in. Corrin going for those big combos with those up airs. Bowser, of course, waiting it out.
Yeah, that's the big thing in these two, is that Corrin is such, as you said, a combo starter, advantage state character, very bread and butter advantage state, build-a-bear type deal. But Bowser, of course, has some of the worst defensive options in disadvantage, has the slowest air dodge in the game, one of the worst tech rolls in the game, so will get clipped by everything once he is in disadvantage. But of course, as Bowser, you have the space to claim, you have those big damaging moves to keep Corrin out of there. Corrin, once she gets that one opening she needs, it's going to be a lot of damage. And we see it already 83%, 87% in just 40 seconds as we close in on this potential first KO here at the ledge.
Yeah, Rolo is really looking for those big setups from the middle of the stage, from the platforms. Gets the side B here. 126 on Corrin. Looks like a dangerous position to be in, but does jump over and gets the nair. But still gets down air for their troubles.
Yep, that's almost the Cursed Cake classic. Jump up, down air into the KO. Perfect stuff there. Gets a great conversion, or doesn't get the roll read there. Goes to the back center stage safely there, but Rolo still in the driver's seat. Tries to get some damage in with the Flame Breath. Of course, you want to keep all your moves just as fresh as possible, because with this raid, you are nearing KO percentage for Bowser.
Yeah, still Bowser, very heavy character, so we're really going to have to see what Leroy can do here. As it seems, Rolo is just a little bit too quick on the buttons, gets the back air. The down throw will send Bowser nowhere.
Okay, now we try to hit Bowser with that upper. Uh-oh, that's going to be 30 damage. Yeah, that is going to be so much damage to eat there. And now again, Bowser in disadvantage. You have to catch him. Does have that fall speed to help him out, and Corrin doesn't have the greatest jump acceleration, but gets the lunge and the kick there for the first KO for Leroy's part. But of course, has a lot to make up for Bowser. As you said, heaviest character in the game, will live to a very high percentage. You have to do a lot of damage to make up for it.
Yeah, some people joke that Bowser, you know, the first 70% you get those for free, but right now Rolo gets another forward B, tries to go for a deep forward air, doesn't quite get it. So instead, it's the first 70% that Leroy manages to get. Still behind, but on the board.
Yeah, but now we're in a danger zone. Of course, we have Bowser with, as we see, the command grab is going to KO on the platform. Of course, you have to drift to it. Is able to do it, but with just back air, that stuff, it's okay. I was going to say it's not about to KO, but I think an air dodge happened or something. Yeah, that back air is insane. It's frame 7. I don't know why. It's as fast as Fox.
He needs it.
It's frame 7 or 9. It's as fast as Fox back air. And it just nukes you. He was like 90 mid-stage, and he just immediately died.
That was not mid-stage. It was like the left 30% of the stage.
Left 30% is middle in my heart.
Okay, yeah.
I only know the corner in the middle.
Everything is the middle of the stage if you're a me brawler, man, I guess.
Everything is the center stage if you are a center stage.
Right? Lovely.
We're hooking it into there. But, of course, that is going to be a very clean game for Rolo. Game number 1, really showing that damage difference in terms of weight comparison, as in doing about the same damage, but it just hurts Corrin a lot more than it does hurt Bowser.
All right, so it's going to be Carlos for their second game. Interesting pick, not a stage we see too often, except for maybe like the Kempi matchups or characters that can really use the wall jumps very well. What does it bring for Corrin, do you think? Or is it just more of a comfort pick?
It's the Wallpin, to be sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can still allow that Bowser Flame Breath, saves a lot of damage, saves a lot of hassle. You can mix up your timing when you get back to the center or just on the ledge. But of course, also, it saves you from those platforms in the middle. So if Bowser does command grab you in the middle of the stage, you do not get the early KO. Kalos has a high seating as well. But of course, we are just going to go to the side. Going to try. Yeah, there you see that is going to be the pin recovery. Is going to get through that Flame Breath. and get back to stage safely. It's just a bit of a comfort pick. It saves you a lot of hassle in those ledge situations, but of course Bowser still has these great horizontal KO options left.
Is there an option later in the series or later in the game where we can see Rolo going really deep, trying to predict those pin recoveries?
It could be
going deep with not like a down air. That would be like suicide.
I mean, at last, like I would have done. But I get you. It's you want to get those pins eventually, but it is going to be a bit tricky. You just have to accept that you can delay your timings. It's just a mix-up on the part of Corrin as well. But you have to be in a very peculiar situation, and you're not going to be in the situation if you get back aired at 100. That is going to be the first stock for Rolo here, trying to get off the platform, and now Leroy is successfully sweeping him up there. But once is going to be enough for that combo. And Rolo takes the out-of-shield option to get back into the neutral.
It seems so dangerous for Leroy because he makes one small mistake and Rolo's really on point with his Bowser combos. Of course, they're not the hardest combos in the game, but still, they tack on a quick 20-30% every single time Leroy makes a mistake. So Leroy really needs to be careful about where he spaces his aerials and that he doesn't land on Bowser's shield.
Exactly, as he does with that forward, there is going to be upbeat out of shield. Of course, Corrin does one of those landing areas to start the combos, but tries to go for the empty hop, and another down at his advantage. It is going to be Rolo trying to get this KO as soon as possible. 180 for him on the counter.
Look at the back airs. Not connecting just yet. Rolo back in the middle, trying to go deep.
Nice.
But the pin saves him again. Nice stalling on Leroy's part. Survives barely, but very precarious position. Does get the pin. Does get the KO.
At 200, finally.
Yeah, 200, yeah.
We are finally seeing that first stock. Yeah, Corrin does have a lot of great kill options in that upper, in that back air. Does have the forward smash at ledge, but of course it is going to be tricky to hit those on a character as heavy as Bowser and get the KO off of that.
Yeah.
Your moves, if you need more hits, your moves going to be more stale in general. Like your KO options will be used to get damage in. Great upbeat, reverses the offstage situation, but it's going to continue that.
So what I've been noticing is Leroy jumping a lot in neutral. And Rolo trying to go more for a ground game. Is that more in the nature of like what Corrin does, or?
Yeah, Corrin wants those landing aerials, the landing forward and the landing there. Those are the big combo starters, and of course Bowser does have some great tilts. Wants to stay grounded for the up out of shield low percentage. Wants to keep grounded for that up tilt. We see the forward usually at a short hop, but it's not going to be like the main combo tool there.
Yeah.
Corrin just wants these standard aerials. Ooh, that's going to be big damage. 86 already on the counter for Rolo here. Now Leroy fighting for their last chance in this game. 105.
Come on, Leroy, give me something. Get back to the stage. No, he doesn't quite make it. Rolo goes all the way to the left, gets the forward air, and gets the KO.
I think that is the counterplay you talked about. Like what is going to be the counterplay for Bowser is going to be denying that early travel to the bottom blast out to get that pin, because you saw Leroy drifting down, Bowser drifting against him, forcing him to either jump or accept the situation, and Bowser correctly getting that forwarder in due to that drift in and KOing Leroy off stage there.
A very small change in bans here, as in the previous game, Rolo opted to ban Hollow Bastion, but now opting to ban Town and City instead, realizing the value of those side platforms. And Leroy is thinking not going back to Kalos immediately. So really considering his options here. What does he need?
We could also have a character switch though.
Oh, really?
Leroy does have some secondaries. I know there's a Roy somewhere in there. There's an Aegis maybe somewhere. I remember the Roy very vividly. The Shulk previously as well, but I think that's a pocket so deep you could enter another dimension through there. So it could be another character pick. It could be.
Who knows? We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see. As we have our stream technician, ThompsonWilde, coming over, making sure everything's okay, and as it seems to be so, we're gonna load up into game number 3 here. Really curious to see what Leroy is gonna bring for game 3, because these first two games were kind of a wash. I mean, we can hype it up, but you know, getting behind against the Bowser is just a very tough situation to be in with a character like Corrin. Let's see.
The Shulk is finally there. We are gonna go to Kalos again, but this time we're bringing a lot more range and speed in the equation. Gonna go for the Shulk, the reverse forward or the reverse nairs to try and poke Bowser out. And of course, you want to keep Bowser at bay, but Shulk is just a bit better in that. The thing with Shulk is that he is a bit more. he's not necessarily like a big combo character, right?
No.
He does like some very large amount of damage with the Buster Art, but is going to rely on mostly stray hits and small conversions in order to get the damage in.
Yeah, and especially good uses of the Monado arts is going to be very important in this game. Gets the type B. Needs to get back to the stage. Leroy does get forward there all the way from Bowser's back. That hitbox is massive.
That is going to be massive. Of course, Shulk's roll it's good because it's so deceptive. He does like a very slow startup and then goes out of there. But the thing you also have to really, I just noticed it and remember it now because Ramses has been like the only Shulk that actually plays this character. Shulk doesn't snap up B.
No.
Doesn't snap the ledge. And with that Bowser forward tilt, that is going to be a huge option for Leroy there once he gets this, the timing down. We are overkilling Bowser with this damage, so as Leroy gets command grabbed with the Bowser Claw, 150 on that Koopa. But the show, Smash Art is, he survives? This character's cheating.
Okay, that does KO. The forward tilt with an insane range does get it. I thought the Buster Art just now was very nice. Stacked up a quick 80% on that Bowser. Making sure that... Okay, there it is again. Let's see what he can get with it this time. And as you said, mostly the stray hits, but now getting comboed in the Buster Art doesn't seem like a very wise thing.
I'm so afraid that it's maybe going to happen with... If you are in Buster Art, you're going to take a bit more damage as well.
Yeah.
I do not want to see that Flame Breath on the Buster Art. I think
No.
it's like 45 damage or something. It's insane, but... Now Leroy dictating the pace of the game with the speed art, keeping Bowser out very actively here. He's going to try for the back airs, goes for the empty up grab. Uh-oh, no double jump.
I do really like this Leroy pick from Leroy, this Shulk pick
You like
from Leroy, as it seems like he's much more comfortable on it. It has a very easy game plan. You don't really have to get close to Bowser as you have to do with the Corrin. So there's definitely some options here. He's still behind, but it's looking way better. It's no longer a wash.
Gonna try and go back to stage. Okay. Yeah, you cannot jump there. You have to be specific with the timing. It is tricky. Shulk does have that very slow frame data, so you are not allowed to directly contest it as a reaction. Now the Smash Art is going to be baited out. Gets the upper shield poke, I think. Or just a drop down from trying to up B it. Anyways, does not get the KO. 111 for Rolo here.
Yeah, now we're going to play the waiting game as we wait for Shulk to get the Smash Art back up and get a stray hit. So he can get into advantage state and then possibly get a forward air to finish it up. But as it turns out, it's mostly Rolo. Yeah, let's see. Here we get the Smash Art. Can he get the back air? Can he get the forward air? He does get the back air in the end.
Finally gets the back air. Yeah, that is going to cover almost everything. That is not a jump, so that is a great option there. Oh, we're going to go for the down air. It's going to do a lot of shield damage. Don't forget that. We are going to see potential shield break. It's not going to happen, or not going to be that much, but the mash out of shield from Bao is going to punish time and time again. Now tries patiently to wait for it, but he's going to get a forward smash in the wrong direction. That is a big forward air coming up. He's going to go for the up air and gets the KO here in the Smash Art. Great stuff from Leroy there with the Shulk. Finally deciding to keep that boxing game out of the getting the boxing game out of the window and just go for this immense neutral denial tool.
Yeah, very clean game from Leroy here. Very easy game plan to start with. Taking a longer range character, just playing the keep away game. As you said, mostly sticking to stray hits, not the big combos. But that Buster Art was so valuable for him. Yeah, I feel like in the first stock he got like 70% of it. On the final game he got like 80% off of it. I think this Buster Art is going to be key in this matchup. It is going to be
key. I think that did happen when in the last stock situation is Rolo is waiting to hear, I think, because he is wearing headphones, he wants to hear something touch his shield. And when he does, at low percent, that up B is going to come out. But of course, that Shulk down air and up air are 2 hits. So if you try to up B beneath those, you're going to get hit by that second hit of that move. And that happened like 3 times in a row in that last situation. And you get hit by the big hit of the down air. So that is going to be an easy 20-25%. We are going to return to the Shulk. We're going to keep it safe and go to Smashville. Okay.
All right, Smashville, a little bit of a smaller stage, and no side platforms to bail you out. It's just the middle platform you're going to have to do it with. The bad thing about Smashville is those Shulk nairs will cover like half of the stage.
Yeah.
It is not fair.
That is his property on that stage. He bought it from Tom Nook and it is going to be his property to fight on, but now Bowser in with the quick forward air there, tries to go. Another empty op successfully baiting Rolo into picking an option. big forward there. Rolo surviving on with
Yeah.
the edge of his teeth, but the up B out of off stage is going to catch Bowser drifting high. Rolo losing that first stock, and that's going to be Leroy in the lead for like the first time in this set. Okay.
Okay, up smashing through the side B there. Very good choice here by Rolo. You said before this game even started, or before the set even started, you said where Leroy really has to look out for is those advantage states. Going deep with those forward airs. He does do it now and immediately pays off. Rolo on the back foot here. Tries to go for a forward smash, doesn't quite get it. Tries to punish with a down smash, just gets shielded for his troubles.
And we are getting grabbed a lot. Oh, that is dangerous. Shulk with rage and the smasher. We're gonna quickly de-equip it as we continue this ledge trap. Letting the Bowser not continue back to the stage is a great pick here. He's gonna wait out the air dodge here, and the down tilt is gonna send him off stage. Rolo now waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh no! Okay, never mind. We got it. That up smash just worked. Just ignore the forward smash.
A true combo up smash to forward smash.
That is so true. That is the new Shulk tech we are seeing live here on center stage. But yeah, of course, I like the up smash attempt. It just covers again everything but jump. But the forward smash catch afterward is gonna be very big. Rolo not continuing the chase despite Shulk's overcommittal there. Speed art busting out. We are going to see Rolo fight for his life on that last stock already. 160 for Shulker. Yeah, you might as well go into Buster Art, man. You are not going to get much more damage than this before the KO happens.
It's difficult for Rolo here. Being behind, has to choose his battles. Does find the battle he wants to fight. The forward tilt will take out the first stock from Leroy. Still very far behind, but you know, it's Bowser, anything can happen.
It is Bowser, anything can happen indeed. Especially if you get like a misplaced smash art, that's like the fragility of Shulk. It can happen, but of course, Leroy has been in control of this game, waiting finally for that second hit of the down air before up being. It is still minus enough, it seems, to get that up B going, despite having the Buster Arc in. But now we are in a dangerous situation. No double jump here for Bowser. Gets back to the center platform, saves his life, but now back to the ledge again. Smash art is online, not gonna get hit, but safely back to the stage. It's just that fight to get back on the stage and try and do something this last seconds.
Leroy's ledge trapping has been insane in these past 2 games. So far so good. Tries to go for a read on the up smash. That's the kind of stuff you need to get back into the game. Forward air will take him out.
Ooh.
And tries to go for the Bowser bomb on the ledge, but doesn't quite get it. Leroy will stick to the smash art. Up B is there. Rolo stuck on the ledge once more. That back air will take it. Excellent game here by Leroy, putting on a clinic, so to say. 2-2 is the score line.
Here. Gonna wait out the air dodge and the down tilt is gonna send him off stage. Rolo now waiting for
which will connect into the
okay,
forward
never mind,
smash.
we got it.
Course.
That up smash just worked. He's so good. I really like again that Leroy is covering these roles because he's covering everything that isn't jump at this point, forcing Bowser to interact with these forward air, just to send him off stage again and again and again. And it just gets very difficult to get off the ledge and keep the damage rolling. But we also have the potential Rolo counter pick because that last game looked so convincing for Leroy. We have Rolo with the potential Lucario.
Right. Another one of those characters that can make comebacks out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I don't think it's locked in. I think I heard Bowser, unless we have some funky Leroy Bowser going on, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, we are sticking with Bowser, as you said. That's interesting, but maybe he'll make it happen on PS2.
Well, I do think that Rolo can change up some things about his game plan. I think Rolo just needs to really look at where Leroy is going to move. And that sounds very easy to say, of course, being a commentator. But I think Rolo has been trying to react a little bit too much. Now he does get a couple of good up Bs. I do think... Ooh, doesn't quite get it.
The thing, he said he tries to react, but the thing with Shulk is he has so little end leg, like the big kind of play. If you want to scrap with him, is going to be getting aerials in before he does. Because that forward air, despite being incredibly long range, being decently safe, is still like frame 15, 16. The Nair as well, very slow startup back there. All these areas have very high startup, so you want to get in his face before he gets an option going. And that upper on the missed up B is going to be the KO. The first one we've seen, I was going to think of that in the 4th game there. We have not seen that many up Bs from Shulk out of shield, but that is particularly the reason why you do not want to take that risk for it.
Yeah, immediately loses stock. Smash Art is online, but no rage on the Shulk, so this will be a very hard KO. Goes high, does make it back. And then the shield arc will be activated. There's the Buster. for the extra percentage. Still, no smash art, so no chance of a KO. Rolo,
getting out of the up B with Buster Arc and immediately punishing with 40% is messed up, man. This game is messed up. But gets the up smash, finally the first KO for Leroy in this game. 5 already is going to be a reality. And now going to try to start a combo. Gets the jab, no jab lock there. Leroy with the speed art, completely dominating the neutral. And this is a crucial moment. This is like the big moment for this arc. Oh, okay.
Does get a good 60% in off that Buster art, and I mean Rolo tries to go for the Bowser Bomb again. I feel like the gimmicks haven't really worked out. I think Rolo should stick to a clean game plan. Goes deep with the forwarder, gets the stock, and now it's Leroy on his final stock this game.
Yeah, these great adaptations. Just punish the off stage more. Try to go off stage with Shulk. Of course, he does have the frame that, but he does not have the recovery in jump art. He just has a great jump. He has a great up B, but he does not get back to the ledge. He doesn't have really that many tools to mix it up to go back to the ledge. Now Bowser on the ledge. You're going to see the speed art in full effect. Does try to go for the neutral get up and just stay there put. Stay put. That grab is not going to be the end of you. So Rolo making the right decision there. Ooh, tries to go for the whiff punish on the Shulk up air. But now in the corner, Shulk again trying to fix these aerials, but the up tilt into the up air will be a quick punish for that.
I like the way Rolo's getting back to the middle of the stage very slowly, trying to maneuver diagonally towards Shulk. Moving around the aerials, does get in once again, gets the neutral, gets the back air. We'll try for a down smash. Why not? We will not get it as Leroy gets back in, gets the up tilt, doesn't quite get the up air to finish it off. Back air will do it.
Perfect stuff. Gets the back air in with not even an art. Just a regular back air is going to be enough. Now the Buster art is going to be online. 7% shield looking in the medium ranges. And you see Rolo keep the distance. Does not want to interact with the Buster art, which is the smart idea. That Buster art will mess you up if you misspace it.
Rolo is feeling himself right now. Tries to go for the forward air. Doesn't quite get it. Once again, Leroy finds the middle of the stage. Speed art is active, but that speed art will not save you from that up smash. As Rolo takes the final game after going 2-2, he does manage to clutch it out.
Bro was done. He was so sick of these neutrals on the shield. I don't care anymore.
I mean, imagine cleaning up those first 2 games against the Corrin and being like, okay, I'm feeling good. The show comes out and you have to play this keep away game. This insanely strong game from Shulk. But first the Corrin, of course, which Rolo took care of. That back air, such a strong move.
It's so incredibly strong for Bowser there. Does try to go. Wait, I want to see whether that one back air of the pin. It was center stage. It was the other side of the center stage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
I am right. no, I get you. It's
bunch of teachers bickering.
Bunch of teachers. We want to feel superior.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was a great game 1, honestly.
Yeah.
It's always these 66, 65, 64 seeds that always get these round 1s are always hyped to watch because they are not
they could really go either way.
Yeah, exactly. They are more knowledgeable than you might expect for your round 1.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not like a diss to them. It's more like your round 1 is usually a very one-sided match.
Yeah.
So these are very fun. What's also going to be a fun match is going to be the next one. If I look very closely on stream, it's going to be Nova versus Kiki.
All right.
Which is Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's going to be an explosive one for sure. As we're still looking at the replays here, Leroy getting that up smash into the forward smash. It looks so goofy.
It's so stupid.
All right.
This game sometime.
Yeah.
This game.
And then, of course, Rolo clutching it out in the end, in the final game. Getting that up B out of shield was the point where Rolo took an advantage and never looked back. As he continued to dominate. Going deep here was a very important moment, getting that stock early.
Yeah.
And then the final stock was history. As Rolo will advance into the winner's brackets.